I'll go through this really quickly. Just in the kind of never-ending drama that is Microsoft trying to buy Activision. So now Phil Spencer has come out and said something else. So he was recently on the podcast. What is this podcast? It was called Same Brain.
This is Married to the Games?
No, not ours.
Yes, that's right.
The podcast that he was on, Phil Spencer, to my knowledge, has never been on our podcast.
Yet.
No, he wasn't.
He was on Same
Not
Brain,
yet.
which is iJustine's podcast that she does with her sister, Jenna.
Okay.
And he said, these are the words that he said. Phil, God bless him. He said, "We're not taking Call of Duty from PlayStation." Sounds promising. Yep. He continues. "As long as there's a PlayStation out there to ship to, our intent is that we will continue to ship Call of Duty on PlayStation."
Intent.
Similar to what we've done with Minecraft, since we've owned that, we've expanded to places where people can play Minecraft. We haven't reduced the places. It's been good for the Minecraft community. In my opinion, I want to do the same thing with Call of Duty. That is our intent.
Our intent.
I don't understand why the man cannot just say in black and white, yay or nay, leave out all the ambiguity, because that's what's getting you in trouble here. And that's what, if something's going to kill your deal, that's what's going to kill it. If you're resigned to the fact that, okay, we're just going to have to make PlayStation or make Call of Duty available to PlayStation and whoever else for, the foreseeable future, then just bite the bullet, do it. And then if you want to take like WoW exclusive or any of these other ones, fine, do it. But it's like, just come out and put your foot on base. Quit doing this like bobbing and weaving kind of stuff. I mean, Phil Spencer, for all the great things about him, the man just knows how to make an ambiguous statement and just not like put his foot on a base. And it drives me insane.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a chance that he doesn't know? And they don't know if they need to have an ace in the hole, like
maybe,
he does it like this, but like if for some reason like Sony starts to for some reason curve back up away from Xbox, and they're like, okay, we got to pull Call of Duty here. We really need to batten down the hatches. Do you think that's why? Because he doesn't have plans to pull it from PlayStation because it makes so much money being on both consoles?
Yes and no. I think the reason that he's doing it, partially because of all his legalese training, I'm sure, but is because he doesn't want to commit to something. He wants to be able to, if his situation goes in his perspective south, that he can renege on something, and not have to worry about it.
That's what
I do think that's the reason he's doing it. But it's like, and again, I think the deal's going to go through, even though the EU's making a huge stink and Sony has like churned up those waters for them and everything. I think it'll ultimately go through. But if it doesn't, it's going to be because Microsoft is not just giving up the ghost and saying, okay, Call of Duty we're saying it now in black and white, in no uncertain terms, Call of Duty will be available to any platform that it wants to have it for the end of time, as long as that franchise exists. If they did that, I almost guarantee the deal would go through. You wouldn't even have to, in my opinion, guarantee any of the other Blizzard current properties. You could do just with Call of Duty, and I think you'd be fine. I think it would go through and it'd be no problem. But he doesn't want to do that.
I still think legally he can't say anything because it's still part of the Activision deal. So yeah, he's gonna. You raise a good point, Gabe. It's like he probably doesn't know, so he has, and legally he can't say anything, so he has to give us.
But what do you mean he doesn't know? Clarify your statement.
He doesn't. Okay, in legal terms, he could get into a lot of trouble. With the deal is not signed, it's not completely done yet. Legal's still going through everything with the whole acquisition. So he can't say anything that's going to purge himself later down the road, because they could be liable for God knows what. So what he doesn't know if he can say that or not. And he can't promise anything until all of the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. There is no way that they can say anything before this acquisition is done. They can't say anything about an Activision game. They can toss these little cookies all they want. They can say their intent, but that's as far as it goes. They cannot say with confidence that they can do this, that, or the other until the deal is signed. I've worked with Sony Legal for so many times on so many projects, and everything is down to the little nitty gritty, and it is insane. So I think he made it ambiguous because he had to make it ambiguous because he can't say anything. And whether he knows or not, it doesn't matter. Legally, he can't say anything.
The only thing that makes me not agree with your statement, because I understand everything the points that you're making, and I get all that thing, but this is going to have to be approved by the EU before that deal can be done. So the EU is saying, if they do indeed say, like, this is going to be anti-competitive, so we're not going to allow it, they're going to have to say, no, actually, here's the black and white that says that's not going to be the case. So can we have our deal, please? Yes, thank you. Now, maybe that has to be a club behind closed door thing. Maybe. But the EU has to know because they have to sign off before you can make the deal. You can't tell the EU, yeah, we're going to totally do it. And then you make the deal like, guess what, EU? You sucker. You can't do that. Somebody's got to know. So, but maybe that's a behind closed door, need to know basis kind of thing, to your point. Maybe. It's so crazy to me because when I say that he's the master of like double speak, there's been times where things have been not in this kind of situation. And he still something is like, dude, just shoot me straight. Just like none of this. Like, well, actually what I said was, just yes or no me. Just do it, man. Come on. Like, I want to like you, Phil Spencer. And this one thing's like just makes me like always look at you with my eyebrow up. Like, I don't know if I can trust what you're saying. Like, come on, man. Just do it. Just do it, Phil.
I'll shoot you straight. Couch Co-op will be coming to Halo.
There you go.
Oh, and just like when he said like, hey, we're buying Bethesda. We're not wanting to take games away from people. We're wanting more people to have access to games. And then after the deal went through, he's like, oh, we did this so that you guys can have exclusives.
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
right.
you need to come on, bro.
Come on, yeah. I mean, some people get pressed and just start saying stuff. You know what I mean?
I know, but he's got
when
he smiles, you just want to be like, oh, that Phil Spencer guy, man.
You're so nice.
When Phil smiles,
yeah, with his little chubby, like, oh, you're little CEO, aren't you? Oh.
Eduardo.